Welcome to Bearcats. Stuff out.
We're on now.
All right, sweet. What's up, everybody? Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. For Isaac Brown, I'm Zach Austin. We are back here at Bearcat Stadium. It is good to be back home after 2 road games. Um, there's nothing like being at home. Got homecoming tonight, as most of y'all probably already know. Um, we do apologize for the live stream a while ago for the homecoming ceremonies. Don't know what the problem was with the sound. Um, we're having issues with our little second camera. The second camera is actually Isaac's phone. Um,
Yep.
and so we have it set up on the scoreboard, but every time I could reach out and touch the speaker right now, but every time the speaker goes, he talks, plays music or whatever, it vibrates. And so when it does that, it throws off the whole configuration of the scoreboard and how it projects onto your screen and onto our computer. So we had all that issue and everything, and so we apologize for that. So with that, there's not going to be any running clock tonight. We do apologize for that. We are trying to work on getting another camera to make this better. Then I will say any donations is greatly appreciated. Just because we want to make this as good and as best as we can for y'all and for the kids when they go back later and watch it, just make this high quality for them and for all of y'all as well. So with that being said, it is homecoming. Ms. Brooke Turner's your homecoming queen tonight for 2021. And the Cats come in 6-1, number 3 in Class 3A, and 3-0 in conference. They're going to be facing off against the number 24 Baptist Prep Eagles. They come in 4-2, 1-2 in conference. Last year they finished like 4-6. They are greatly improved from last year, Isaac. Greatly improved.
We didn't even play them last year, did we?
We didn't even play them last year. This is the first time the two teams are playing a conference game because the other games have been non-conference. 2014, 2015, we had scheduled some non-conference games with them. The third game was in the opening round of the playoffs back in 2018. So this is the very first conference game between these two. The Cats lead the series 3-0. The very last meeting, the Cats won 49-0 on November 9th, and that was in 2018. As the Cats went on to win the state championship that year. The very first meeting, the Cats won 49-27. That was on September 19th, 2014. As mentioned, we didn't play them last year because of COVID protocols. So this is the second straight year the Cats have played on October 15th. Last year we traveled to Stigler, Oklahoma, and played the Panthers. Very, very good team. Talking to the guys from there, that was their best team that they have had in several years, if not the best team they've ever had. The Cats wound up losing 56-14. So, but this is a new year. New October 15th. So, give you some more information. Your Booneville Bearcats, they come in averaging about 35 points a game through 7 games. I'm calculating that through the 7 games, even though, yes, technically we have not played 7 games. But counting the forfeit win against Danville, we are 6-1. This is week 7 of conference, but our 8th game technically, if you want to be technical about it. We have allowed 14 points a game. Baptist Prep is coming in scoring 27 points a game while allowing 13 points. Last week, your Cats beat Mayflower Eagles 49-14. Trace Hall had 2 carries for 99 yards. Randon Ray, he had 108 yards and some touchdowns. And looks like your captains tonight is going to be for the Baptist Prep Eagles, number 3, Jeff Brown. And your Bearcat for the Booneville Bearcats is going to be number 6, Blazin Jones. But back to last week, Baptist Prep, Isaac, they faced Paris Eagles, and whoever won that was going to remain undefeated and pretty much in the driver's seat of having a chance to win conference. They come up short and lost 24-14, and they held Paris to under 100 yards rushing last week.
We deferred.
It looks like we're going to be defending the old field house. And for y'all that don't know where the old field house is, that's going to be to the west or to the left of us. But it was very surprising, Isaac, that Baptist Prep held Paris to under 100 yards. I mean, Duke Walker did have 122 rushing yards, but you count in all the negative yards from your other rushers, and they held them to under 100 yards rushing. Very surprising.
Yeah, means their defense is getting after people.
Yeah. Speaking of their defense, their leading tackler. Get my phone right up here. So their leading tackler is going to be number 7. So watch out for him. That's going to be Ryan Brent. He leads the Eagles with 56.5 tackles through the first 6 games. I mean, that's a lot of tackles. Our leading tackler is Casey Manson. He's got 22.5. Okay. But yeah, he's also has 5.5 sacks, 1 interception, and 2 fumble recoveries. This defense for the Eagles have forced 20 turnovers this year, while the Cats, we have forced 14. So, I mean, both forcing turnovers, but the Eagles, they're really forcing turnovers, 20 through 6 games. So, I mean, that's pretty good.
Yeah, if you win the turnover margin, you usually win the game.
You usually win the game. And that's why they come in 4-2. And their only 2 losses come to Atkins, which they lost by 1. Which, granted, yes, they did score at the last second, went for 2 to make it a 1-point game. That helps, though, with the seeding as the seeding goes on for conference play. Also, some other guys to watch out for the Eagles. It's going to be number 8. He's their middle linebacker. He is currently second leading tackler for the Eagles with 49, and he also has 1 sack and 2 forced fumbles. Got to watch out for their quarterback, number 2. He threw for over 200 yards last week against Paris. And a bunch of these guys for the Eagles, they go both ways. They have, 20 guys, Isaac?
Probably about 30.
30?
Half of them are seniors.
Yeah, so very senior-laden class for the Eagles.
Team.
Another guy to watch out for, number 5. He's the safety. He's got 24.5 tackles on the year, and he has intercepted the opposing quarterback 4 times this year, and he has returned 1 for a touchdown. Also has forced 1 fumble and has 1 fumble recovery. But now, to talk about your Bearcats, Brandon Ray, he's coming into this game with 681 yards on the year, 13 touchdowns, and he has 8.5 tackles. He has 3,414 career rushing yards, and he only needs 829 yards to beat his dad's record. So he currently ranks 4th all time on career rushing yards. The only guys left in front of him is the 4,000 club, which includes Ronnie Littleton. He has 4,035 yards. Next is Bryson May. He has 4,058 yards. And then Alan Gatoray, he has 4,243 rushing yards. That's your 4,000 club for your Cats.
Yeah, it's fully capable of playing. If you make it all the way to state championship, that's another 7 games.
Yeah.
So it's doable.
It's very doable. Your second leading rusher on the team is none other than his little brother, Rylan Ray. He's got 429 yards and 5 touchdowns this year. Dax Goff is next with 408 yards, 4 touchdowns. And Dax, he also has 18.5 tackles. Dax plays linebacker, one of your middle linebackers. Casey Manson is your other middle linebacker, and he's your leading tackler for the Cats. He has 22.5 tackles this year and an interception. Mason Goers, he's going to play your outside linebacker for the Cats. He has 19.5 tackles. Cody Elliott will rotate in there at outside linebacker as well, and he has 17.5 tackles this year. Another guy to watch out for on the offense for the Cats is Rocky Ross. Rocky is quick, and if y'all have not seen the photo that Miss Stacy Holbert took last week at Mayflower, Rocky has got some hops, y'all. I mean, good grief. Kid's not only fast, the kid can jump. But Rocky, he has 315 rushing yards on the year and 5 touchdowns. Trace Hall, he has 145 on the year, rushing yards and 9.5 tackles. And Mr. Brooks Herrera, he's got 110 yards on the year and 7.5 tackles. Dunn Daniels got 10.5 tackles and 1 interception that was returned last week for a touchdown. And here's the kick by Pablo, and it's going to be fielded up on the left-hand side. That's going to be number 5, Mullen. So we got 11:57 left to go here in the first quarter, and the Baptist Prep Eagles are going to have their first possession of the game. we'll be keeping a close eye on some games around the conference. Paris is playing Atkins tonight, so that's another game to watch out for. Paris is undefeated, and Perryville is also undefeated, so watch out for them. I believe they are playing Mayflower. You're going to have 2 receivers to each side. Quarterback is going to be number 2, Hensley. And he's looking in his little slant route by number 1. A good lick by Iron Man Ray. He's going to be close to the first down, though. Number 11, Isaac Devin's going to be your running back. So with that play right there, the Cats have given up 1,000 yards this year. That's pretty good considering this is week 7, and you're just now giving up 1,000 total yards. And it's going to be a direct snap with a quarterback draw, actually, and that's going to be Mason Goers on the stop for the Cats. I'm sorry, this is Johnny Barnes on the stop for you, Booneville Bearcats. Johnny Barnes, 1-yard pickup. He's 2nd down, ball to 41-yard line of the Eagles. So it's going to be 2nd and 9 with 10:58 left to go here.
They're all tight there.
Very tight here. Kind of like a pistol. I wouldn't be surprised to see a little read option here. And he's going to roll out, and he's going to have number 5. He's got the first down. I'm sorry, that's number 3. That's Brown. That's number 3, Jeff Brown on the reception again for the Eagles. Push out of bounds, number 3.
It looked like we were sold out on the run. They were able to dump that pass just a little bit over them. Yeah. Surprisingly, Paris held Baptist Prep to only 12 yards of rushing last week. So I'm pretty sure they probably worked on that this past week. Coach worked on it. And they come out and pistol again this time. Devine's going to shift. And the Cats shift, and it's going to draw off sides or a false start. That comes at 10:44 left to go here in the first. Your Booneville Bearcats against the Baptist Prep Eagles. Take this time to thank a couple of our sponsors real quick. We want to thank 5B Properties, B Plus Rentals, Saks RV Park, Patriot Underground, Crowley City Service, Community National Bank. I want to thank those guys. Devine's going to shift to the left of Hensley, and it's going to be a handoff Devine over on the left-hand side. And Mr. Brett Welling says, no, sir, not today. And Mason Goers is in there as well. So that's going to bring up 2nd down for the Eagles. So it's going to be about 2nd and 16 with 10:20 left to go here in the first quarter. I also want to thank our other sponsors, Stacy Holbert Photo Art and Gerald Baker Shield of Shelter Insurance. Tell these people thank you. Without them, we wouldn't be able to have our app, or we wouldn't be able to have MoveableBearcats.com. Devine's going to be to the right of Hensley. Hensley rolling out here over here to his right, and it's going to be fumble. I believe that was Mr. Peyton Tatum. Our guard tackled somebody.
Yeah.
Their guard did.
Their guard did? I guess I missed that. So it's going to be 3rd and 7. Ball's on the Cats' 46-yard line. Got 9:58 left to go here in the first quarter. The clock is stopped since the Cats had a forced fumble, and it just rolled out of bounds. Got 2 receivers over here to the right, 1 to the left. 3 seconds left on the play clock. Hensley calls for it, and he's going to be looking over here to his right, and incomplete. That was too high. It was intended for Jennings, number 10. Brings up 4th down, and we'll see what the Eagles do here. In Cat territory. Doing pretty good moving the ball, Isaac. I wouldn't be surprised if they go for it.
Yeah, it's sort of in no man's land, especially high school football.
Right. Unless you got a real good field goal kicker. I did see a kid from Florida. He attempted a 70-yard field goal, and it just came up just a yard, 2 yards short, but 70 yards, a high school senior, and he's committed to Auburn. But my goodness, what a leg. Looks like they're going to go for it. 2 receivers to each side, pistol formation for the Eagles. And it's going to be a little pass over here to the left-hand side. He's got the first down. That's going to be Brown with the reception. And Brooks Herrera on the stop for the Bearcats.
Yeah, playing a little soft in coverage.
Yeah. Cats may have to dial up a couple blitz packages tonight to pressure Hensley because the kid can throw. The kid's very good, very athletic kid. You got to keep our eyes on him. 2 receivers to each side. Devine is going to be to the right of Hensley. He's going to roll here to his right-hand side, looking to pass. He's got a man wide open, and that's going to be number 10. That's Jennings, and the Eagles are going to score from 36 yards. That comes with 9:19 left to go here in the first quarter, and the Eagles strike first. It's 6-0. Eagles over the Bearcats. Just a seam route, wide open. Just blown coverage there by the Cats.
Well, we were sold out to the run. That little dip fake got everybody.
He rolled out here to his right. And I believe that's going to be Hensley doing the kicking. Number 1's going to do the hold. It's going to be Brown, Blake Brown. Well, he missed it.
Offsides.
Oh. Offsides against the Cats.
Offside's going to go against the Bearcats.
Now we're going to.
So they're going to go for it. I don't know why you wouldn't. So 9:19 left to go here in the first. Again, the Eagles have scored. Cats won the toss and chose to defer and kicked off to the Eagles. They did really a real good job moving the ball down the field. The Cats stop them over here about the 46-yard line or so. They go for it on 4th down. They get it just right past the line of scrimmage. And then the very next play, Hensley throws it 36 yards to Jennings. He was wide open. The Cats bit on the play fake there from the quarterback, and he walked in. Cats jump offside, so Eagles are going to go for 2, and now the Eagles return the favor and give back what the Cats gave to them.
A little more, though.
Just a little.
Ours was only half a yard. Theirs is 5.
Theirs is 5, so we'll give them. So they give back a little bit more. Maybe the Cats can get back there and block it. Again, 9:19 left to go here in the first quarter. Eagles strike first. 36-yard pass from Hensley to number 10, Jennings. Hensley to do the kicking. And
well, he barely got it.
Barely got it. So with 9:19 left to go here in the first quarter, Baptist Prep, Eagles 7, Booneville Bearcats 0. We'll take a little break and be right back. You're watching Bearcat football. And we're back here at Bearcat Stadium. Mr. Hesley's going to do the kicking for the Eagles. Looks like an onside kick. And, ball's still alive. And it looks like the Eagles, they're going to have it. Oh, goodness gracious. The Cats defense are going to go out there again. Couple of Cats was right there. Kate Smith was there. Dax was in the area trying to get it. And it just wasn't able to get it at all.
Well, that ball's going to be a little slick tonight.
A little slick. It rained just about all day today. Heavy rain, too, at times. So the field's going to be wet. I'm surprised the field's not going to be tore up probably as the night goes on. Speaking of turnovers, Hackett last week against Cedarville, they recovered 3 of 4 onside kicks. So if you're pretty good at it, you can cause havoc for the other team. Got 2 receivers to each side. Devine's going to be lined up to the left. And looking for a little screen pass. And, Trace Hall comes in there, but not before the receiver catches it. That's going to be number 12, Rusher. It's just looked like just about the same thing they scored on in a way a while ago. Mayflower ran that last week and had some success against the Cats. Ray Splancett did intercept the ball. They faked a little receiver screen, and then the receiver fakes block and just does a little seam, or I guess you can say a post almost. Not quite a post. Pistol formation for the Eagles. Leslie's going to be your quarterback. And it's going to be handoff to Devine up to the left. Maybe looks like 4 yards there on the carry. You had Casey Manson on the stop and Dunn Daniel. We want to give a very special shout out to Mr. Barron Smith, watching out over in Lubbock, Texas. Also want to give a shout out to another guy down in Texas, Mr. Tom Green. Hope you're still doing good, my friend. And also give a shout out to Dummy Shepard and Philip Robertson. They're watching over from the Sugar Grove area. Everybody in tight again. High snap. Ball is on the ground, and he's just going to fall on it. That's going to put the ball back at the 25-yard line of the Cats with 8:02 left to go here in the first quarter, and it's going to be third down for the Eagles. So the Cats get a lucky break, even though we didn't get on it. Still got lucky that he just decided to fall down on the ball. Got two receivers over here to the right. Number 3, Brown's going to be in an H-back formation, pistol formation for the Eagles. And he's just looking over here to the left, or to the right, I'm sorry. And that's Jennings on the reception. Randon on the stop for the Bearcats. I do have a score. Dardanelle is up 7-0 over Fordyce. Yes, they are two different classes. Dardanelle, they have open week because Subiaco dropped down to 8-man. So they picked Fordyce up last year. They lost to Fordyce last year. Fordyce is the 2-time reigning champion in Class 2A. Looks like that game's being played in Dardanelle. And Perryville is up 6-0 over Mayflower in the first. And Centerpoint is up 7-0 over Jessieville. Got number 1 going in motion. That's going to be Brown. Ball's on the ground again, and he's just going to fall on it. And that was 4th down. So it's going to be turnover on downs for the Eagles. And the Cats are going to take over with 6:50 left to go here in the first from their own 22-yard line. So we'll see what the Cats can do. The first possession of the game, and it comes with 6:50 left to go here in the first. Eagles score on their first, go for an onside kick. They get it, and the Cats get lucky. Got 2 bobbled snaps pretty much, and the Cats get a lucky break on the Eagles' second possession of the game. Cats come out, their first possession. Cade Smith's going to sled out to the left. Ray Splancett to the right. Rocky Ross goes in motion, and it's going to be Ryland right up the middle, and he's going to have the first down, and he's going to be wrapped up by number 7. That's going to be Brent. Your other halfback is going to be number 1, Brooks Herrera. He's your right halfback. Brandon Ironman Ray, he's going to be your quarterback. Rocky Ross is your left halfback, and Ryland Ray is going to be your fullback. Brooks goes in motion, and it's going to be a keeper by Brandon, and he's going to have about maybe 5 yards there on the carry. Number 4 in there on the, is that 4? 6, that's 54. I'm sorry, 54. Cooper O'Brien.
7.
And number 7, Ryan Brent. Again, watch out for Mr. Brent for the Eagles on defense. He's their leading tackler with 56. So I do owe Tom Davis an apology. I told him their safety was the leading tackler. I misread their tweet early, so I'm sorry, Tom, on that. Going to be a handoff to Ryland up the middle. Ryland's got the first down, and did the ball come out? Eagles are saying a first, and my goodness, so it's going to be turnover by the Cats, and the Eagles are going to have the ball for the 3rd time tonight. Again, Baptist Prep is a very much improved team. They beat the number 2 team in Class 2A. Yes, I know that it's a 2A, but a lot of times your 1 through 5 teams in 2A could compete in Class 3A.
Yeah, they finally signaled that it was their ball.
I would say the side judge on the far side signaled it was, but I took a little bit for the umpire. Going to have a guy go in motion, and he's going to have a pitch over here to number 12, and he's going to be tackled by Randon Ray. That's Rusher on the carry. Be a loss. What, about 7? So it's going to be 2nd and 16 for the Eagles. The ball's going to be on the 47-yard line of the Cats, or of the Eagles, sorry. Got 5:20 left to go here in the first quarter. 7-0 Eagles over the Bearcats. 2 receivers to the left, 2 over here to the right. Hensley's your quarterback. Devine's lined up behind him, pistol formation. And it's just going to be that little read option again over here. Little curl route, and that's a catch. I think it was a catch. The fans disagree, but okay, we got a pink flag, or that's a towel? Towel. October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So if you know anybody that is a survivor of breast cancer, you want to give them a shout out, shoot me or Isaac a text or a message, and we'll give them a shout out. Same formation for the Eagles. 3rd and 7, ball's on the 44-yard line. That's the Bearcat 44-yard line. He's going to have a quick pass over here, and then, ooh, little slant route. Got a flag over here from the side judge. It's going to be a sideline warning is what it's going to be. At least that's my guess, because he was over here. He's talking to one of the coaches.
What is this week? It's a warning. Whatever this is.
What did he do behind the back?
Yeah.
2 hands. I have no idea. He was talking to the defensive coordinator, Coach Combs, over here. I don't know. Coach Combs is still arguing with him about something. I was thinking of sideline warning, but
I don't know what that is.
2 hands behind the back. Off the top of my head, I'm going to be honest. I have no idea, honestly, what it is. Isaac's going to look it up real quick, though. Now, Coach Curley, he's wanting to talk with the referee. Encroach. Anyway, so it's going to be 1st and 10 from the 28-yard line for the Eagles. 4 minutes and 27 seconds left to go here in the first. Pistol formation for the Eagles. Hensley's your quarterback, and he's going to have Brown go in motion. And it's going to be handoff to Devine on the left-hand side. And he's got some room. Let's see what we can. And it's going to be finally tripped up by Randon Ray and Peyton Tatum. He's going to have the first down, though, and the Eagles, they're just soaring tonight as the game starts.
Tackle by number 12, Peyton Tatum.
Right here.
Sideline interference.
Sideline interference. He threw a slant route. That's a quick slant. He wasn't nowhere close. I mean, unless it was sideline interference with the ref.
Yeah, the official probably ran to the Coach Combs.
So we got 4 minutes left to go. It's 1st and goal from the 9-yard line. Got 7-0 Eagles over the Cats. This is the 3rd possession of the game for the Eagles. Cats had their very first possession and fumbled, and the Eagles recovered about the 50-yard line. Devine's going to get the carry, and he's going to be stopped. Maybe back to the line of scrimmage, maybe a loss. Looks like Mr. Casey Matson in there on the stop, and Mr. Johnny Barnes as well for the Cats. So that was sideline interference, right? 3:24 left to go here in the first. 2nd and goal from the 9. They say he got back to the line of scrimmage. 2 receivers over here to the right. Hensley's your quarterback, and it's going to be a little quick pass over here to number 12. Good hit by Ironman and Brooks. A rusher on the reception. Again, last week, Hensley had over 200 yards passing and 2 touchdowns against the Eagles. Even though they weren't able to run the ball very good against the Eagles of Paris, they was able to throw the ball pretty good. Now, that's looking at the stats. No, I did not watch the game. We've got 2 guys going in motion, and there's not a penalty. How in the world? Unless they're saying they were shifting, but.
Everybody was set.
Yeah. Oh, goodness gracious. Little slant route, and it's going to be incomplete. And that's going to be Mr. Peyton Tatum in there to break that up. That was intended for number 10, Jennings. That's going to bring up 4th and goal. The ball's on the 4-yard line with 2:18 left to go here in the first quarter. So the Cats was able to get a lucky break earlier on the Eagles' second possession of the game with the bobbled snap, and the Eagles just fell on it. This time, the Eagles are a little bit closer to the end zone. Ball's on the 4. You got 2:16 left to go here in the first. Let's see if the Cats can stop the Eagles here. In tight for everybody, and it's going to be a rollout over here by the quarterback, and he's going to have number 3 and touchdown. That's going to be reception by number 3, Jeff Brown. I don't know. The fans are wanting something, but I don't know what. And right now, the Baptist Prep Eagles are stunning the number 3 team in Class 3A, Booneville Bearcats. It's 13-0 with 2:10 left to go here in the first. The Eagles have had 3 possessions to the Cats 1. The Cats have proven that they've had a hard time stomping the Eagle offense right now, and the Eagles, they're just soaring right now. They're pretty much doing everything right that they, honestly, everything. They're getting breaks, and other than the last possession. So there's a snap, the hold, and the kick is up, and again, just barely made it. So with 2:10 left to go here in the first, it's 14-0 Baptist Prep Eagles over your Booneville Bearcats. For Isaac Brown, I'm Zach Austin. We'll take a little break. Be right back. You're watching Bearcat football. And we're back here at Bearcat Stadium, just right off DJ George Drive. It's homecoming, and the Cats are losing right now 14-0 to the Baptist Prep Eagles. Here's another onside kick by the Eagles, and it's going to be recovered this time by Mr. Cade Smith.
They don't need to wait for it. They just need to go get it.
Yeah, and that time, Mr. Rylan Ray, he just decided to go out there and get a good, at least a block or somebody get in front of Mr. Cade Smith so he wouldn't have nobody just running at him and just pretty much lay him out.
Free shot.
Yeah, free shot. Thank you. So 2:10 left to go here in the first quarter, and the Cats have their second possession of the game. Ball's on the 49-yard line of the Eagles. Looks like Dax Goff is in at fullback now for the Bearcats. And it's going to be Brandon Ray on the keeper, and he's going to be tackled for a loss of about 4. So that's Mr. Devine on the stop. It's number 11 for the Eagles. Got 1:52 left to go here in the first, and it's 2nd and 12 from the 46-yard line. Looks like Ray Splance is going to be your receiver on the right-hand side. Look, excuse me, tongue-tied. Dunn Daniels going to be your tight end over here on the left.
They get an extra guy over there. They have their safety walk down the line of scrimmage.
And it's going to be hand off to Dax Goff. Dax has got the first down. Dax is still on his feet. And Dax is still driving the pile. They finally blow the whistle. Looks like they're going to blow it dead about the 35-yard line. And so about the second time of the night, the Cats have moved the chains. And looks like the Eagles were trying to go for it there, and Dax was able to hold on to it and still drive the pile. You got 1:15 left to go here in the first. 14-0 Eagles over the Bearcats. The Cats on their second possession of the game. First one ended in a fumble. And the Cats are driving right now. Got Brooks Herrera going, and Munson going to be hand off to Rocky on the backhand side. He dives forward for about maybe 2 yards there on the carry.
They need to keep running to the tight end side.
That backside safeties walked up again, you said?
Yeah, the strong safeties walked up on the split inside. Number 3.
And it looks like Dunn's going to come out, so that's going to be Cats going to have 2 receivers as Cade's going to be lined up over here on the left-hand side.
Now that safety went back, now we have 2 splits.
Okay. Brooks is going to go in motion, and it's going to be a handoff right up the middle to Dax Goff. And it's going to be close to the first down. Right now, that's really about the only play that's working good for the Cats.
Now
So
we've gone back to 2 splits.
Brooks is going to go in motion, and it's going to be handoff to Dax again.
Same play.
Same play. I just say just rotate him and Rollin in and out at fullback right now until they prove they can stop it. 10 seconds. That's probably going to be the last play of the first quarter. Looks like the referee's talking. And that's the end of the first quarter. So at the end of one, Baptist Prep Eagles 14, Booneville Bearcats 0. We'll take a break and be right back. You're watching Bearcat football. And we're back here at Bearcat Stadium, home of champions, just right off T.J. George Drive. And right now, your number 3 team in Class 3A, Booneville Bearcats, are being stunned right now. It's the Eagles of Baptist Prep. They soared through the first quarter, had 3 possessions. They got the ball to start the game. They drive down the field. The Cats stop them on third down, force a fourth down. They go for it. They get it. And then the very next play, they go 36 yards for a touchdown through the air. They do an onside kick. They get the recovery. The Cats finally stomp them, get a lucky break as the Baptist Prep quarterback drops the ball on fourth down and turnover on downs. Cats go down and get down to about the 50-yard line and fumbled. The Eagles get it and drive all the way down to the 4 and go in with a little pass. And that's going to be Mr. Randon Ray for the Cats on the carry, and he's going to have the first down. And so that's how the Baptist has scored. And this is the Cats' second possession of the game, and the first time the Cats have been into the red zone tonight.
Still staying with that same formation.
And it's going to be Randon with a little juke move, and still on his feet. He dives forward. So that's number 17 in there on the stop, Madison. So far, every time that Baptist Prep has kicked off, they've done the onside kick. The Cats did good last time recovering it. Cade Smith got onto it, and Ryland Ray charged to provide some protection for Cade.
Now they're rolling that safety up.
So they got the safety coming up on the backhand side on the slots or receiver side. Dax Goff is still your fullback, and he's going to be close to the first down. Looks like he's going to be tackled at, half-inch line?
Yeah, 1.5 foot.
So it's first and goal from – scoreboard can't do a half-an-inch yard line, but first and goal from the 1 for the Cats with 11:02 left to go here in the second quarter. 14-0 Eagles over the Bearcats. This is the Cats' second possession of the game, and the Cats are looking pretty good right now. Rocky Ross is your left halfback, and Brooks goes in motion. It's just going to be a quarterback keeper right up the middle, and that's going to be touchdown Bearcats with 10:46 left to go here until halftime. Booneville's on the board. It's 14-6. And let's see. It looks like the offense is staying out there right now. I was going to say I wasn't sure if they was going to bring Mr. Pablo Gradecos Ferrer on. Looks like we've got receiver split out to the left. And the Eagles are trying to shift their middle linebackers, wanting them to move. They finally move, and almost a high snap. Randon, he's going to be in for 2 points. It's 14-8. Eagles over the Cats. We got a flag coming in late. It's got some jawing.
Well, he was driving the guy over there.
Goers was?
I thought it was Ryland, was it not? Might have been.
I couldn't.
Yeah. Okay. It's on the Eagles.
On the Eagles?
Yep.
Penalty's going to go against Baptist Prep.
So the Cats are going to be kicking off What exactly did they call the penalty? Unsportsmanlike?
Yep, that's what's
So a 15-yard penalty. So Cats will be kicking off, what, midfield? No, from the 45. I say kick an onside kick. I mean, why not? Where are they going?
How they've been driving on us, I don't think I'd kick an onside kick.
Well, I mean, you do have a point.
Because in there, if you can pin them down about the 10.
Yeah, Paulo's got the leg. Paulo's kicked.
Now, if he can,
I don't know how many inside the end zone this year.
if he can skyrocket that thing down to about the 10, that way they have to fair catch it.
It'd be nice. I need to make a tally note of how many kicks Paulo has kicked inside the 10. There was a pretty good story on him on Channel 5. He was Channel 5's Player of the Week. So that's on our Facebook page. And also you can go to Channel 5 and look it up. Ooh, onside kick. Oh. And it hit Ray Splance. The Cats were very close to offsides, yeah. So it's going to back us up 5. So we'll see if we do this again or if they're just going to take it.
I think they're going to probably take it. I don't think they know what they want.
Yeah, okay, yeah, they're making them kick it. I'd kick it deep this time, which I figure that's probably what coach is going to make them do. Looks like the guys back deep for the Eagles is going to be number 1, Blake Brown. And who is that at number 5? That's going to be Jackson Mullen. You got a pretty good pocket right over here from the 35 to about the 10. Yeah. If he could drop that right in there.
Which I believe he could.
He could. Got 10:46 left to go here. And here's Pablo Grecos Ferrer's kick. And ball. Oh, he's already in the end zone. Yeah. Darn it. So touchback. So we got 10:46 left to go here in the second quarter. 1st and 10 from the 20 for the Eagles. It's 14-8 Eagles over the Bearcats. Cole Caden and Cash Wickton, they say, go Cats, go. They're watching all the way from northeastern Pennsylvania. 2 receivers to each side. Pistol formation for the Eagles. And now Devine's going to line up to the right of Hensley. Hensley's rolling out here to his right. And that hit the ground. Incomplete pass intended for Jennings, number 10. Got a couple more shout-outs I want to do real quick. Got to give a shout-out to Mr. Glenn Rice. He's out there getting the fans cheered up. He's over here cheering with the band as well, so we'll give a shout-out to Mr. Glenn Rice. Also want to give a shout-out to Uncle Sean in 8 Maryland, watching all the way from just across the way. And Uncle Bob, I do believe Uncle Bob's here tonight. I still give him a shout-out because he'll probably go back and watch this. Also want to give a shout-out to Austin, Monique, and the girls watching all the way in New York. Devine's going to be lined up to the left of Hensley. Hensley's rolling over here to his left-hand side. Got some pressure from Welling and from Ray. Good lick. Incomplete. Good coverage by Brooks. And Ryland, he laid a good lick on Hensley. He made sure he knew he was there. We got 10:36 left to go here in the second. 3rd and 10 from the 20-yard line for the Eagles. And Rocky Ross is going to come in for the Cats. Welling's going to come out. Rocky's going to be your nose man. Looks like this time Ryland's going to shift over to nose man. Rocky's going to be your defensive tackle, defensive end. However you want to say it. Cats kind of run a 3-4 defense. Hensley's your quarterback, and this is going to be a little fake. And incomplete. I think that was tipped. I don't know if Mr. Plymell or somebody, if it was just a bad pass. But he was open. He had him open. And it's going to be 4th down. It'll be the first time the Eagles have punted tonight. This is their 4th possession of the game, first of the second quarter. And the Cats have done good and able to force a punt. 10:33 left to go here in the second quarter. Again, we do apologize. We've been having a running clock. We have been using Isaac's phone as our second camera. We've been looking at other cameras, but cameras and stuff for this is very, very expensive. So we've been using his phone, but with us being so close to the speaker that when they talk on the speaker, they play music, the phone vibrates. And so when it vibrates, the phone is set towards the scoreboard, and it projects everything onto the screen. And when it moves, it throws everything out of whack, and you got to pretty much recalibrate it and all that. So we do apologize for no running clock or anything. So Bearcats going to take over from the 44-yard line of the Eagles. Brandon Race, quarterback, is going to pitch it over here to Rocky Ross. And Rocky's still on his feet. Rocky's on his down to the 25, 20, and inside the 20-yard line. Oh, Rocky the Flash puts the Cats into red zone territory for the second time tonight on the third possession of the game for the Bearcats. Give a shout out to your big old line there. You got big old Matt Obart, your center. Your right guard's Mr. Brett Welling. Your right tackle is Mr. Casey Matson. On the left-hand side, Johnny Barnes is your left guard. And then your left tackle is Mr. Mason Goers. And it's going to be a handoff to Dax Goff in at fullback. And Dax, he's got one guy to beat. Dax is going to have the first down. It's going to be first and goal from about the 7-yard line. 9:49 left to go here in the second quarter. 14-8 is your score. After the Eagles soared through the first quarter, your Bearcats are clawing their way back and putting themselves, trying to get back in the driver's seat. Be first and goal from the 7-yard line. 9:35 left to go. The handoff to Dax right up the middle. And he's going to get maybe about 4 yards there on the carry. Ball's going to be on the 3-yard line. Give a shout out to Faith and Maddie Means.
34 Dax Goff on the carry. Tackle was led by 54 for the Eagles. Dax gets down to the
Austin, how cold is it up there in New York? It's kind of chilly here. Cold front come through with all that rain. I don't know. It may be a little cooler up there. That's far north as you are. And it's going to be Brandon Ironman Ray on the keeper, and touchdown, Bearcats. 8:57 left to go here in the second quarter. It's 14-14 tie game. Looks like the Cats are going to go for one. That's going to bring on Mr. Pablo Greticos Ferrer. Do want to give a shout out to Pablo's parents watching back in Spain. Again, they stay up, watch the games. It's like 1, 2 o'clock, something like that in the morning over there. So stay up so they can watch their son. Give a shout out to them. Thank you for letting your son do this. Very much appreciated. I mean, we lose Gavin the Golden Leg Kent last year. Set the school record for PATs. Team was hurting for a kicker. I saw some guys kicking. One guy kicking one day after school, practicing. But they was just hurting for a good leg. So when did we miss that penalty? Anyways, it's glad to have Pablo after. We graduate a school's record-setting kicker, and so pretty much a godsend almost. Good kick as Pablo drives it through the uprights, makes it 15-14 with 8:57 left to go here until halftime. And we'll keep it here. And but yeah, it's just nice having a good kicker. And if you hadn't seen the story Channel 5 did for the 5 News Player of the Week on Pablo, go watch it. It's on our Facebook page, Booneville Bearcat live stream. I have shared it. I've also shared the Twitter version where you can actually watch it, or you can just read the little write-up. Yeah. Oh, Austin said it's been 60s to 70s. It was 80 in Boston a couple days ago. It's dropped down. It's probably, 50s,
It's probably the
60s. So, it's not cold, but it's cool. Fall weather. Do have muzzleloader tomorrow, I believe. So everybody that's going hunting tomorrow, be careful. Make sure you wear your orange and stuff, and just be cautious of who is around you and where you are.
I'd let them unload on it.
Yeah. No, there's Brown and Mullen. They're sitting at the 25-yard line. They're backing up now. I just say just let it rip, Tater Chip. You know.
Kicking for Booneville will be number 9, Pablo Ferrer.
And here's Pablo's kick. Good kick by Pablo. It's going to be fielded by Brown at the 25-yard line. He cuts up over to the – he's got a big hole there in the middle. Pablo! Graticos Ferrer on the tackle for the Cats. Boy, I tell you, Pablo, he's not afraid to tackle. That's fun watching him. And I'm not saying Gavin wasn't afraid to tackle either. It's fun watching the kicker, to me, just go at it and get in there, you know. It's very awesome to me. I just find that very exciting, and it's a good energy booster for the team. I mean, they love it. So that's going to bring up the Eagles, their 5th possession of the game. 8:51 left to go here in the first half. Ball's on the 47-yard line of the Eagles, 1st and 10. That's going to be Brent in motion. It's going to be hand off to Devine. And Mr. Brett Welling says, not today, sir. You're going to stay where you are.
Number 11, Isaac Devine on the carry. Brought down by 34, Dax Goff, and 55, Brett Welling. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd and 10. Ball spotted their own 47.
So 2nd and 10, ball's on the 47-yard line. 8:25 left to go here in the first half. 15-14 Cats over the Eagles. This is the 5th possession of the game for the Eagles. Pistol formation. Devine's lined up behind Hensley. And we got false start maybe?
Offsides.
Offsides. Well, doggone it. Looks like you guys up front. Your nose man is going to be old Rylan Ray. Your left defensive end is going to be Chase Plumell, number 64. Number 55 on this side is going to be Mr. Brett Welling. Your linebackers, your 2 middle linebackers, is going to be Casey Manson, number 52. He's your leading tackler again. Coming into the game tonight, he had 22.5 tackles and 1 interception. Dax Goff is your other middle linebacker. He had 18.5 tackles coming into tonight's game. Your outside linebackers will be number 5 on the far side, Dunn Daniel, and number 51, Mason Goers. He had about 17.5 tackles coming into tonight's game. And that's Chase Plumell in there on the stop for the Cats, and Rylan Ray. Your 2 corners is going to be number 7, Trace Hall, and number 12, Peyton Tatum. Peyton had a pretty good game last week, had about 4 tackles or so. He's also got, he's got 100 yards on the year and 1 touchdown. Your 2 safeties for the Cats is going to be Randon Ironman Ray and number 1, Brooks Herrera. Third and 5, 7:20 left to go here in the second quarter. And it's just going to be a little quick pass over here. Incomplete. I don't know if that was maybe Isaac a miss route by number 12 or just intended for number 3, Jeff Brown.
Landed right in the middle of them.
Yeah, it was. So Devine's going to come out, and that's going to bring on number 5, Mullen. Be 4th and 5. Ball's on the 48-yard line of the Cats. They're going to go for it. They've already got 1 conversion tonight. They got just right past the chains. Wouldn't be surprised to see a little car route. Trips over here to the right. Ball's on the ground, and he's just going to have to chunk it, and that's a push-off. Peyton Tatum on the stop, and they get another first down, and I don't know how they didn't call that. He pushed off of him. Unless I'm just seeing things or want to see stuff, but that's what it looked like to me. First down, though, for the Eagles with 7 minutes left to go here in the second quarter, and the Eagles are starting to take flight again.
Ball spotted at the Booneville 34-yard line.
And it's going to be a handoff over here to Devine. And the Cats here lately have been doing pretty good on the run game. Manson in there on stop for the Cats.
Number 52, Casey Manson. 1 yard loss, it'll be a 2nd.
Yeah. That'll be all right. So 6:15 left to go here in the second. 15-14, Cats over the Eagles. Two receivers over here to the left. And looks like it's going to be a timeout, Eagles. So with 6:02 left to go here until halftime, we'll take a little break. Be right back. You're watching Bearcat football. And we're back here at Bearcat Stadium. 6:02 left to go here in the first half. Pistol formation for the Eagles. And this is going to be a fake over here and a little curl route to Jennings. Short pass. Good comeback by Jennings over there. Peyton Tatum on the stop for the Cats.
Number 10, Peyton Jennings on the reception for the Eagles.
So it's going to bring up third and about 4. So 3rd and 4, balls on the 27-yard line. 5:40 left to go here until halftime. 15-14, Cats over the Eagles. And there's a flag. False start against the Eagles. That's going to back them up 5. Make it 3rd and 9.
And it's going to go against the Eagles.
See if I can get you some scores real quick. Ozark is up 14-0 over Mena. That's in the second quarter. Warren is up 14-0 over DeWitt. That's in the first. And Charleston's up 15-8 over Hackett. That's in the second. Mansfield and Lincoln's tied 7-7, and Cedarville's up 14-7 over West Fork. And then Osceola's up 13-0 over Harrisburg. That's in the second. Hesley takes a snap, and he's looking over here, and he's got some pressure. Ball's on the ground. Chase Plymell, Dunn, Daniel, and they're applying the pressure. Number 52 for the Eagles. Stallings falls on it, and it's going to be 4th down for the Eagles. Number 8 for the Eagles, Thornberry, he comes in. Watch out for him. Another athlete to watch out for the Eagles. He's the second leading tackler for the Eagles this year. I wouldn't be surprised. Man, I would have him do a little wheel route from backfield, but that's just me. Fake it to him, have him go down the sideline over there. And it looks like the Eagles are just going to let the.
There you go. That would be a flag.
So now they're going to punt.
It was on 0 for about 5 seconds before they threw that flag.
Oh, goodness. Like to give a shout out to all y'all out there watching, near and far. Thank y'all for watching. Thank you for our administration for allowing us to do this. We enjoy and we love doing this. Number 12, do the punting, and let's see what Brooks decides. Ooh, oh my goodness gracious! That's gonna be down about the 2-yard line. Brooks decided to let it go. Either way, I mean, wet field, wet ball. Maybe hoping to go in the end zone. I mean, if you mess up and don't get the ball there, they have the ball on the 2-yard line trying to go up again. So I guess you can kind of take it for what it's worth. Looks like Cade Smith's going to come into the game for the Cats. He's going to be split out to the left. Ray Splinson is split out to the right. Randon Ray's going to be your quarterback. Rylan Ray is your fullback. Dax Goff is your right halfback. And Rocky Ross is your left halfback. It's going to be handoff right up the middle to Rylan. He runs right over a dude, and he's going to be close to the first down. Looks like that was number 8, Thornberry, on the stop for the Eagles.
3:50 left to go here in the second quarter, and it's going to be 2nd and 1 for the Cats. Looks like the ball's on the 11-yard line. No, the Cats do have all 3 of their timeouts. And it's going to be Randon on the keeper. Cuts back to the inside. Randon's going to have the first down. Mr. Matt Obar blocked this guy all the way to the prep sideline.
Yeah, all the way to the numbers.
Yeah. That's sticking with your block. Again, it's homecoming night, folks. Miss Brooke Turner, she is your homecoming queen. And, again, we apologize for the sound on YouTube earlier for the homecoming part of it as Brooks goes. Oh, goodness. Casey Matson finally gets on it. But if y'all want to, y'all can head over to our Facebook page, Booneville Bearcat live stream, to watch the homecoming ceremony part. Again, it's very shaky. Apologize for that part. Trying to hold it still as could. Gave it to Mr. Ethan Obar. Hillman Trucks on Cool 104.7. But he was holding out while I was running the camera. So I don't know what that was. And it was 2nd down there. This brings up 3rd down now for the Cats with 2:30 left to go here until halftime. Looks like the ball's going to be just shy of the 25-yard line. So 3rd and 5 from the 25. 2:18 left to go. Cats do have all 3 of their timeouts. Goff is going to go in motion. He gets the pitch over here on the left-hand side. Dax has got the first down, and he goes out of bounds. So that's going to stop the clock at 2:07.
First down.
Race Blance is going to be split out over here to the right. Goff goes in motion again, and he's going to get the pitch to the left-hand side, and he gets maybe 2 yards at the most. It's going to be a timeout by the Cats with 2 minutes and 1 second left. It's going to be 2nd down when we come back. We'll take a little break. For Isaac Brown, I'm Zach Austin. You're watching Bearcat Football. And we are back here at Bearcat Stadium, home of champions, homecoming 2021. We got Miss Brooke Turner and her court of royalty over here to the left. And it's going to be 2nd down for you Booneville Bearcats. 2nd and 8 with 2:01 left to go until halftime. Ball's on the 32-yard line. They're going to be pitch over here to Rocky the Flash. Rocky comes over here to the sideline. Cats may get away with a little holding. And Rocky's still on his feet. And he's going to be, got 2 flags here. Oh, probably a holding, yep. Man, I was hoping he was going to get away with the holding call. I saw one over here on the outside. Dax, I don't know if that's who that's on. He was talking to Randon, the head referee was. The Cats, they have hurt themselves this year, Isaac, with penalties. We talked about it last week. What was it, 400?
It's probably close to 500 yards.
Probably close to 500 yards now. And just penalties this year. That's got to be close to a record. Not a good record, not a record we want to go for, but the Cats have really struggled with penalties this year. Shot themselves in the foot several times this year, and it's going to bring up 2nd and 8 from the 32-yard line. Looking for a pass, and it's going to be Ray splits it. Oh, goodness gracious. Sorry for the ears of everyone that's watching, but, oh, man, he had it, and he knew it too. Tipped, and he had 3 guys there trying to fight him for the ball. It's going to bring up 3rd and 8. I like the play call by Mr. Doc Crowley, and it's going to be 1 minute and 34 seconds left to go until halftime. Cats do have a 1-point lead. It's 15-14. So we'll try this again from the 32-yard line.
Cade splits in close at receiver on the right-hand side. Rollins, your fullback. Randon is looking. Ross goes in motion. And going to be offsides against the Eagles, so that's going to make it 3rd and 3. More doable for the Cats. The Cats have had a little success, Isaac, with the fullback tonight. Fullback dive, I guess you could say.
They have, especially when they spread them both out. Tight end.
Yeah, it gets your strong safety.
Yep. Back.
Yeah, gets him back where he's supposed to be. Ross goes in motion. It's going to be a handoff to Ryland right up the middle. He's lowering his shoulder. He's going to have the first down and be down about the 44-yard line. 1:29 left to go here until halftime. Cats have 2 timeouts. They hurry to the line. Clock starts when the chains are set. Ross goes in motion. False start. Well, I want to know why the umpire is throwing a false start and not the referee.
I don't know who did that.
I don't know either. Anyways, so we'll try this again. 1st and 15 from the 39. 1:15 left to go here until halftime. Clock is running. Cats do have 2 timeouts left, though. And Randon has the keeper. Pitches over here to Dax. Dax extends the arm, gets it. Upended by number 7. That's going to be Brent. Got a timeout by the Cats. That's with 1:02 left to go here until the halftime. Cats do have 1 timeout left now. And it's going to be 2nd down. And we'll take a little timeout with them. We'll be right back. You're watching Bearcat football. And we are back here at Bearcat Stadium. We got 1 minute and 2 seconds left to go until halftime. Ball's on the 44-yard line of the Cats. It's 2nd and 10. Cats have 1 timeout left. Got a bunch of guys in tight. Ross goes in motion. He's going to fake the pitch, and he's looking. He's got Brooks Herrera wide open. Brooks has the first down. And now he's got the first down. Clock's going to stop with that. It's got 54 seconds. And good play there by the Cats. Good play call. It kind of looked like a new little pass play by the Cats. Cade goes in and then runs up the seams and comes out on a little flat route or whatever you want to call it. And Brandon on the keeper. He's got some room. And Brandon's going to have the first down. And clock's going to stop there with 35 seconds. Yeah, I think he was just trying to fight for some more yardage there. Would have helped to get out of bounds, but we're good until the clock until the chains are set. Excuse me. And down, so it's going to be 2nd down with 30 seconds left to go until halftime.
I think I probably would have tried to run a play.
30 seconds, 1 timeout. Ball is on the 33-yard line, 32. So you're going to try a little pass play. Dunn Daniel, he's going to be split out to the left. And Cade Smith's your other receiver over here. Ryland Ray's your fullback. Brooks Herrera's your right halfback. And Rocky the Flash Ross is your left halfback. Randon comes up under center. And this is going to be Randon on the keeper. Looks like they're hurrying to the line. 18 seconds left until halftime.
Don't spike it because of your 4th down.
And it's going to be handoff. He's going to have the first down. Ryland Ray driving his feet. 5 seconds. Or now there's 5 seconds left. And now the Cats are going to use their last timeout with 5 seconds left. More than likely, that's going to bring on Pablo Grecos Ferrer to do the kicking, unless the Cats decide to go for it here. Looks like Cameron Osborne is going to come into the game, and we'll see. Pablo's out there, but so is the starting offense.
Oh, where's the kicking tee? Is the kicking tee out there?
I think Pablo's got it. I'm not sure. It's hard to. Where's Pablo?
No, left side. Yeah.
Again, it's 1st and 10 from the 10. 5 seconds. There's no timeouts. And looks like Mr. Pablo Gradicos Ferrer to do the kicking for the Bearcats. So be what? What's that? 27 yards?
Yep, 27.
So he's made a 35-yard PAT before. Grass is wet. Ball's going to be a little wet. We'll see what we can do here. This will be his first made field goal. So we'll see here. The snap, ball will snap, kick is up, and it is good. So looks like your halftime score is going to be 18-14. Your Booneville Bearcats over the Baptist Prep Eagles.
Booneville 18, Baptist Prep 14.
I don't know. We're going to the field house, and
There's no time left.
I don't know if there was. Anyways, there they go. So we'll take a little break. We'll come back. We'll let you enjoy your halftime show. We'll have your award-winning band, your Booneville Bearcat award-winning band. They competed at regionals at Fort Smith this past week, and they did pretty good. I don't have it right here with me. Also had state tournament for tennis. I know Mr. George Griffs, he competed there at state in the tennis, and he come up just a little bit short. And he said he did pretty good, but it's just one of those matches where when you're playing, you're doing good, but then sometimes things don't go your way. And he said this kind of seemed like how that was just going for him. He said he was doing good, but it just the way the ball was bouncing, his thing just wasn't going his way. I'll be quiet, and I'll let you enjoy your halftime show, and we'll get you some more stuff here in a little bit. And we are back here at Bearcat Stadium, home of champions, just right off DJ George Drive. I know we had our halftime show muted over here on the YouTube page. Mr. Chuck was doing an interview with our athletic director, Mr. Josh Walker, so I didn't want to interfere. Our headsets that we have are very, very sensitive. They can pick up quite a bit of stuff. I went live on our Facebook page, Booneville Bearcat live stream. So if y'all want to head over there, you can. I know some people that watch this, y'all may not have Facebook or anything, but you can get somebody that does and have them record it and send it to you. Our award-winning Booneville Bearcat marching band had regional competition. They did good, got 1s and 2s, and now on November 1st, they get to go to state and compete at state. Got volleyball coming up Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday district tournament. That's going to be here at Bearcat Gymnasium as volleyball getting underway. Also tennis. I know I talked about George competing at state, but he's not the only one. I know Mr. Evan Escobedo and them, they won district, and I believe they also got to compete in doubles. Evan Escobedo and London Lee, Miss Jolie Tate, and some others also got to compete and got past the first round in state. Our athletics, honestly, Isaac's doing pretty good all the way around for the most part. I mean, in all honesty, as we always say at the end of the show, it's a good day to be a Bearcat. And our sports is showing that as well. And no, not just our sports, but our bands, our cheerleaders, and just the community, honestly, and how they embraced Pablo and how they embrace others, like while they're sick, like Sean Blantzall, people praying for him and helping him, and not just him. I know I probably shouldn't have started naming names, but I just love Booneville. I really do. I know people, when they grow up, they want to move away and stuff, but I love my hometown. I'm proud I'm a Bearcat. I really am. And I thank God that's where I'm from. It's where I was raised, and I get to raise my kids here. And here's the onside kick. Again, it's going to be recovered, and I believe that's Rylan Ray on the recovery for the Cats. This is Homecoming 2021. Miss Brooke Turner is your homecoming queen. Got her court of royalty. And looks like we got some mini cheerleaders down here with our other cheerleaders. I'll give you some halftime stats real quick. I didn't get to say them just a little bit ago. As y'all can see, it scores 18-14 as Rocky Ross goes in motion. It's going to be pitch over here. And, here we go. We got the flash down to the 35-30, 25-20, 15-10. And he's going to be pushed out about the 6-yard line. I was going to say this, about the 6-7-yard line, and Rocky Ross. And that comes with 11:51 left to go here in the third quarter. So it's going to be first and goal from the 6 for the Bearcats. Rylan Ray's going to be your fullback. Randall Ray's your quarterback. Brooks Herrera's your right halfback, and Rocky Ross is your left halfback. And it's going to be busted play, and Randon, he's just going to make a little dance moves, and he gets about 2 or 3 yards there on the carry. Some halftime stats, though. Let me get here. Let me get to the right thing. But at halftime, the Eagles had 31 plays for 142 yards. The Cats had 30 plays for 217 yards. Give you a couple more after this. Randall Ray Anderson, and Brooks goes in motion, and it's going to be handed off to big old Rylan Ray right up the middle. And that's going to be touchdown Bearcats with 11:23 left to go here in the third quarter. It's 24-14. So, again, some more of your halftime stats. The Eagles had 13 minutes and 48 seconds time of possession. They beat the Cats on that category. Cats had 10 minutes and 12 seconds. The Eagles had 12 carries for -5 yards rushing at halftime. The Cats had 205 yards on the ground, so 28 carries for 205 yards. The Eagles had 147 passing yards on 12 of 19 attempts. The Cats are 1-2 passing for 12 yards. There's been 1 turnover by the Cats. There's been 4 fumbles by the Eagles, but they've been able to recover them. Cats have had 2 and lost 1. Cats have 6 penalties for 56 yards. The Eagles have 7 penalties for 41 yards. Again, this is all your stats from halftime. The Cats are going for 2 here, and it's going to be handoff to Rylan right up the middle. And Rylan Ray just bulldozing his way in. It's going to be 26-14. 11:23 left to go here in the third quarter, and we'll keep it here So we'll go over some more of your halftime stats. Hesley, your quarterback for the Eagles, again, 12 of 19 passing, 2 touchdowns, 147 yards. The leading rusher for the Eagles is Devine. He had 7 carries for 20 yards. Rusher had 1 carry for -6. And your quarterback, Hesley, had 4 carries for -19 yards. Leading receivers, number 10, Jennings, 5 catches for 77 yards and a touchdown. Brown had 4 catches for 33 yards. A rusher had 2 for 27, and Blake Brown 1 for 10. Leading tacklers, number 54 for the Eagles. That's going to be O'Brien. Brent, number 7, has 3.5 tackles, and Devine, number 11, has 2.5. Your leading rusher for the Cats is going to be Rocky Ross, 87 yards. That's counting this last drive right here. Dax Goff has 70, Brandon Ray has 60, and Rylan Ray has 40 yards. Leading tackler is going to be Brandon Ray with 5.5 tackles, followed by Casey Masson, Doug Daniel with 2. Pablo Ferrer's kick, and it's going to be fielded by number 1. That's going to be Blake Brown. He cuts to the right-hand side and still on his feet, and he's going to be tackled by a couple of Cats there. Looks like Cody Elliott in there on the stop, and maybe Peyton Tatum in there on stop as well. Your leading receiver for the Cats is going to be Brooks Herrera, 1 catch for 12 yards. Race Blanchett had an awesome attempt earlier and bobbled. It had 3 guys around him that bobbled it. I do apologize. I know I got a little loud there, but boy, I was just hoping he'd catch it. But it didn't go that way, but the Cats was able to get some points out of that drive as we kicked a field goal. And here's the Eagles ball, and it's going to be a keeper over here, a little option play. And it's going to be Rylan Ray in there on the stop for the Cats and Brett Welling. So we've got 11 minutes left to go here in the third quarter. It'll be 2nd and 10. Well, it looks like they say 2nd and 9 on the scoreboard. Ball's on the 27-yard line of the Cats. Two receivers to each side. Hesley's your quarterback. And Devine's going to be your running back. And it's going to be a fake. And he's going to throw it. And incomplete pass. Brandon Ray's going to be your man in coverage there. Good coverage there by Ray. And it's going to bring up 3rd down for the Eagles. Old Rocky the Flash Ross is going to come in for Mr. Welling. Try to give you folks some not some stats, but some scores now. Lone Oak is up 21-0 over Little Rock Mills. That's a 4A game. Lamar's up 42-0 over Dover. That's at halftime. 3rd and 10 for the Eagles. Ball's on the 26-yard line of the Eagles. And got a miscommunication. Hesley's rolling over here to his left, and it's going to be tipped by Brandon Ray. So it's going to be up 4th down for the Eagles. Ozark's up 28-0 at halftime. That's over Mina. And Pottsville's up 21-6 over Waldron. That's in the 3rd. Malvern is beating Robertson 6-0 at halftime, while Ashdown and Nashville's in a tight game. Ashdown's up 20-15 at halftime over Nashville. Brooks Herrera's going to go back deep for the Cats. And here's the punt. That's going to be number 12 on the punt and rusher. And fumbled it, and luckily getting back on it as number 5, Mullen, was in the area. Let's see. Warren is up 35-7 over DeWitt. That's in the 2nd. And Lavaca at halftime is beating Greenland 20-7. Charleston is up 22-8 at halftime over Hackett, while Mansfield is beating Lincoln 14-7 at halftime. Cedarville is up 22-7 over West Fork. That's also at halftime, while Newport and Booneville's former Jesse Frost is coaching there. And it looks like Casey Manson's coming off the field. That's not good. That's our leading tackler. That's not good at all. And our right tackle as well. That's going to bring in Cameron Osborne. Hope Casey's okay. I don't know exactly what happened there. So Brandon Ray's going to come up under center. Dax Goff is in at fullback now, and he's going to get the ball on the left-hand side. Dax is going to get maybe about 2-3 yards there on the carry, as number 8, Thornberry, is going to be in there on the stop for the Eagles. 10 minutes and 8 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. It's going to be 2nd and 7
Ball's on the 45-yard line. Dunn Daniel comes out, and Cade Smith goes in at receiver. Ray Splinton is split over here to the right-hand side. Your guys out there on the line of scrimmage. Matt Obar is going to be your center. Your right guard is going to be Brett Welling, number 55, and Cameron Osborne, number 70. He's in at right tackle for the hurt and injured Casey Manson. He's getting tended to over here on the sideline. Be handoff to Dax right up the middle. Dax is stepping over people and dragging about 2-3 guys with him. Dax has got the first down up over to about the 44-yard line into Eagle territory.
Number 34, Dax Goff. He picks up the Booneville Bearcat. First down.
That's going to bring in Mr. Rylan Ray. He's going to be your fullback, and Dax slides over to halfback. Ross is going to come out, and Mr. Brooks Herrera is your right halfback. Randon comes up under center. Cade Smith and Ray Blanchett are still your receivers, one on each side. Brooks goes in motion, and Rylan right up the middle. And he's going to be about the 40-yard line. It's going to be second down for the Cats with 9:12 left to go here in the third. And Isaac, that play's really been there all night for the Cats, whether it's been Rylan or Dax.
Yeah, especially with the doing two split-ins.
It's kind of opening that area up for him. Dax is going to go in motion. He gets the pitch over here on the right-hand side. Little starter step. Dax Goff is heading to the sideline. Good block by Brooks Herrera. And Dax is going to have the first down. But that's going to be Thornbury on the stop for the Eagles. Dax is going to come out, and it's going to bring on Rocky Ross back in here for the Cats. Cade's going to come out, and Dunn Daniels is going to go in. Looks like him and Ray Splants is going to be on the same side on the left-hand side. Johnny Barnes is your left guard. Your left tackle is going to be number 51. That's Mason Goers. Brooks goes in motion. It's going to be hand off to Ryland on the left-hand side. Ryland still on his feet, lowers his shoulder, and he's going to be tripped up, kind of, if you want to say, on the 15-yard line. I believe that was number 5, Mullen, on the stop for the Eagles. 8:20 left to go here in the third quarter, and it's first down from the 15-yard line. Brooks goes in motion again. Hand off to Ryland. He's dragging a couple guys with him. It's going to bring up second down for the Cats. Isaac, to start the game, the Eagles, they really started off, they just soared really through the first quarter, dominated, if we're going to be honest, with the first quarter. They had 3-4 possessions in the first quarter to the Cats, 1, technically 2 there at the end. And the Cats since then has been fighting their way back and pretty much doing pretty good with the little fullback dive here with Dax and Rollin. And it's going to be Randon on the keeper there, a little spin move there by Iron Man. And it's going to be first down for the Cats. First and goal from about the 4-yard line. 7:30 left to go here in the third quarter. Cade Smith is in that receiver over here on the right-hand side. Ray Splensett is split out to the left. Rocky Ross is your left halfback, and Brooks Herrera is your right halfback. Rylan Ray is your fullback, and Randon Ray comes up under center for the Cats. Brooks goes in motion, and Randon's going to be in for a touchdown. I think the Cats got a little lucky there. The left side kind of looked like it left just a little early to me. But anyways, that's a touchdown by the Bearcats with 7:09 left to go here in the third. It's 32-14. That's going to bring on Pablo Grecos Ferrer. I know I mentioned the thing on Channel 5 for him a couple times, but also there's a pretty good write-up on the Ray family. They've got, what is it now? 5,000-yard rushers in the family. We've got 3 generations of 1,000-yard rushers. The kick is up, and it is good. So that's going to make it 33-14. Cats over the Eagles with 7:09 left to go here in the third. But the Rays has also had 3 of the family members go over 1,700 yards rushing. That don't happen very much. Really, you don't see it much. Sometimes you do in some schools. It just depends, Isaac. But have the same family, 2 brothers and a dad, go over 1,700 rushing yards. That's pretty good. Now, they couldn't have done that without their line, and they'll probably say the same thing and without their teammates. Because, honestly, without your line, you're not getting nothing. Because without those big guys, or the big uglies, as they call them, or the big hog mollies, you're not going anywhere. And with the
good backfield, you got to have a good line. So check out that story on the Rays. We shared it on our Facebook page. It's on Twitter. It's on Facebook. Somebody you know probably has it or can let you read it. Pretty good story on them. And here's Pablo's kick. Pablo slipped there, and Mullen's going to get the ball over here on the left-hand side. He's got a little gap, and he gets out of Pablo's reach. Let's see if he returns it. Blazing Jones and Trace Hall, though, is in pursuit. And he's going to take this back to the house. That was about a what? 90 yards, Mr. Chuck says. Kick return. Oh, man. So 90 yards, and it's 33-20 with 6:55 left to go here in the third. And Trace and Blazing Isaac was in pursuit. Trace and Rocky about the fastest two Cats on the team. And Trace just wasn't able to quite catch him. Good job, though, there by the Eagles. And as they pretty much soared there to the touchdown. Got 6:55, and they're going to go for 1 point here in the PAT. Hesley's going to do the kicking. And now all his PATs he's made, Isaac, they've barely gone over or been very close to missing.
They haven't been very pretty, but he's gotten the job done.
He's gotten the job, and that's really all that counts. And kick is up, and it is good. So with 6:55 left to go here in the third, it's 33 Bearcats, Eagles 21. We'll take a little break and be right back. You're watching Bearcat football. And we're back here at Bearcat Stadium. Just joining us, Cats go down and score and then kick off. And the Eagles return the kickoff 90 yards. And they kick off. Again, they do the onside kicking. And when you can recover those, you set yourself up pretty good to do some damage. So the score is 33-21 with 6:55 left to go here in the third quarter. So the Cats are going to take over right at midfield. Brooks Rare is going to be your right halfback. Rylan Ray is your fullback. And Mr. Rocky Ross is your left halfback. Kate Smith split out here to the right. Ray splits it to the left. Brandon comes up under center. Ross goes in motion. It's going to be a keeper by Iron Man up the middle. He gets maybe about 3 yards somehow. I don't know how he got those because I thought he was going to be down at the line of scrimmage, honestly. Dunn Daniel comes in as well as Dax Goff for the Cats. Be handoff to Rylan Ray on the left-hand side. Got a flag coming in late, and we'll see what this is. Also, do have a shout-out that I was supposed to say after halftime. It's after halftime now. But the state champs of 86 and the class of 87, they are in the house tonight. Also told Mr. Glover to announce it. I'm not quite sure if he announced it or not. Got a holding call against the Cats, and doggone it. Brandon comes up under center. Dax goes in motion. As we hand off to Rylan right up the middle, and he's going to be close to a first down. You got Thornberry in there on the stop, as well as number 54, O'Brien. And number 7, Brant, I think, was in there as well for the Eagles.
5:37 left to go here in the third quarter. 3rd and 1 for the Cats. It's going to be handoff right up the middle to Ryland. He had Devine, Brent in there on the stop, as well as O'Brien for the Eagles. Number 17 is going to come in. It's going to be Madison for the Eagles. 5:27 left to go here in the third. It's first down. Ball's on the 39-yard line of the Eagles. And it's going to be keeper by Randon over here on the left-hand side. Randon's got the first down, and that was number 1 on the stop, Blake Brown.
That's number 33, Brandon Ray carrying the ball, and he picks up a Booneville Bearcat. First down. Finally tripped up by number 1, Blake Brown.
So it's 5:05 left to go here in the third. 1st and 10 again for the Cats. Ball's on the 27-yard line. So it's going to bring up 2nd down for the Cats with 4:38 left to go here in the third. It's 33-21, Cats over the Eagles. Stuttgart is up 22-6 over Clinton. That's a halftime score. McGee is up 28-6 over Rosin, and that's in the second quarter. McGee's really, really good this year. 2nd-ranked team, I believe, in the state, followed by Prescott. Prescott, their number 1 team in the state. It's Ryland Ray. He goes for a first down, and the Cats are going to be inside the 15-yard line again with 4 minutes and 9 seconds left to go here in the third. But speaking of Prescott, they had a pretty good up, and I know their quarterback got hurt, and they were up 35-12, and Prescott comes back and wins 50-41. Very good, exciting game to watch. A heartbreaker for the Knights of Center Point, and hopefully their quarterback's okay. Very, very fun and exciting game last week for sure in the 5-3A. So more than likely that's probably for the conference title down there. Glenn Rose may have a little something to say about that, I guess, but we'll see here in a couple weeks. So it's 2nd and 6 from the 8 with 3:23 left to go here in the third. Cats are on a little drive, and Randon Ironman Ray goes to the left-hand side. Spin move. He's going to be about 2 yards short of the first down.
That's number 3, Randon Ray, picking up a few yards on the left side. Tackled by number 1, Blake Brown.
Well, Mr. Brown on the stop. He's been on a couple of these tackles the last couple times for the Eagles. Goff goes in motion for the Cats. It's going to be a handoff to the left-hand side. Ryland Ray's driving, and touchdown, Bearcats. 2:47 left to go here in the third. It's 39-21, Cats over the Eagles. It's going to bring on Pablo Gradecos Ferrer to do the kicking. Brooks Herrera is going to do the holding, and Cade Smith's going to be your long snapper. We'll see what we got here. The snap, the hold, kick is up, and it is good. So your score, Booneville Bearcats 40, Baptist Prep Eagles 21. 2:47 left to go here in the third. We'll take a little break and be right back. You're watching Bearcat football.
Baptist Prep, 21.
And we are back here at Bearcat Stadium, home of champions, right off DJ George Drive. And we're up here in Mr. Don Airmore press box. Got 2 minutes and 47 seconds left to go. It's homecoming night 2021. It's 40-21, Cats over the Eagles. Pablo's going to be doing the kicking for the Cats. Here's the ball and the kick. Good kick by Pablo, and it's going to be fielded at the 2, maybe the 1 yard line by Brown. He cuts to the right-hand side, and he's going to be pushed out of bounds by Dunn Daniel. And, oh, goodness, it's going to be a flag.
that could have been close.
Yeah, they're already falling.
Yeah. But going to hurt a little. Be a 15-yard penalty. Here comes Mr. Cody Elliott. He's going to be coming in for Casey Manson again. Casey, not exactly sure what happened, but he's icing his leg over here. Hopefully Casey's all right. He's our leading tackler. That's going to hurt losing him, but we got some other guys out there on defense. Cody Elliott coming in tonight. He's got 17.5 tackles. Mason Goers has 19.5 tackles. Dax Goff has 18.5 tackles. So we got some other guys that makes tackles, but it's going to hurt losing your leading tackler. And they got Mr. Old Chase Plymel, and they're on the stop for the Cats. It's going to be second down for the Eagles with 2:28 left to go here in the third. Boy, that's a good play there by Chase. Hadn't really called Chase's name just too much tonight. But he did good. I mean, he's coming from the backside, as Chuck and Ethan said, of the field from your left defensive tackle spot. Two receivers to the right, one over here to the left. Who is that in there at halfback? Is that Brown? No, that's Brent. I'm sorry. And he's going to make a couple guys miss. And that's going to be Dunn Daniel in there on the stop. And Cody Elliott as well for the Cats. So 1:40 left to go here in the third. It's going to be 3rd and 8. Balls on the 39-yard line of the Eagles. It's over here to the left, one to the right. Brent is going to be lined up behind Hesley. And Cody Elliott for the sack. Ball's fumbled. Boy, what a lick by Cody Elliott. Mason Goers, though, trying to get there. Be up for the Black Dog hit of the week. I don't know if I can nominate that, but, man, that was a good hit. And it's going to be a punt. And I'm not sure if Rocky got in there and got part of that. And so the Cats are going to have the ball from the 45-yard line, 46-yard line of the Eagles with 41 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. So since it's homecoming, we know we've been talking about the Rays, we've been talking about Pablo and everything. I do want to take this time after this play. I'll talk about it. One receiver over here to the right is going to be Blanchett, and Ross is going to go in motion. Brooks gets it on the backhand side, and him and number 22 kind of do a little tango there, but that's Yeager on the stop for the Eagles. Got 30 seconds left to go here in the third. It's 40-21. It's going to bring up 2nd and 9, and the ball's on the 44-yard line of the Eagles. But talking about homecoming, homecoming's very special. Bearcat football is special. I do want to take this time mention this Don Elmore press box. He coined the term "Home of Champions," and the press box is named after him. And it's going to be handed off to that's Randon on the keeper. Stiff arm, another stiff arm, and Randon Ironman Ray up over to the 25, 20, 15, down to the 10, and then Cats are going to be in the red zone. It's going to be 1st and goal. We got a flag. What in the world?
What are you talking about? There's no flag.
Okay.
It's the 4th quarter.
Okay, I got nervous. Oh, goodness. I saw him waving his arms, and I was like, well, darn it. But that's going to be the final play. What a way to go out in the third quarter. So we started the 4th quarter. But Mr. Elmore, he taught 13 years at Booneville. And so I do want to apologize because I hadn't been announcing that very much. And it slipped my mind. I didn't think about it, so I do apologize. But we're at Don Elmore press box, and he announced the games for so long here at Bearcat Stadium, and so he deserves the credit, quite honestly. And so just give a shout out to him and his family, and thank y'all. Just like I said earlier. Proud to be from Booneville, and that's part of being a Bearcat. It's just, It's where you're from. It's where your family is, and it's passed down from generation to generation. You know, several generations of Bearcats, and that's what makes Booneville special. I know people may argue that and everything, but it's just something special about Booneville. You know, Booneville has its problems and issues, as does every town, but our town comes together too, and I'm just very thankful and very blessed, and I thank God for that. And so it's going to be 1st and goal for the Cats from the 9 at the start of the 4th quarter, and it's going to be handoff, and it's going to be touchdown Bearcats. Dax Goff, 9 yards out. It's going to be 46-21. With 11:56 left to go here in the 4th quarter. He's going to bring on Pablo for the PAT. Again, Cade Smith to do the snapping, Brooks Herrera to do the holding. The snap, the hold, the kick is up. And it is good. So he scored with 11:56 to go in the ball game. Booneville Bearcats 47, Baptist Prep Eagles 21. For Isaac Brown, I'm Zach Austin. You're watching Bearcat football. We'll be right back. And we are back here at Bearcat Stadium, home of champions, right off DJ George Drive. We're here in Don Elmore press box. Got 11:56 left to go in the ball game. Cats are up 47-21. It's homecoming night. Brooke Turner and her homecoming court's got to be pretty excited about how the things are going so far for the Cats. And we'll see if the Cats can stop Mr. Brown again, if he's going to take one back. Looks like Cody Elliott in there on the stop, and Brendan Dove as well. So we'll talk about conference real quick. The way it's looking coming into tonight's game, Isaac. Cats and the Paris Eagles and Perryville Mustangs, they're all undefeated. Bearcats right now are leading the conference with tiebreaker points with 39. Paris has 36, and Perryville has 32. Perryville's playing Mayflower, and Paris is playing Atkins. So Atkins is currently sitting at 4th with 14 tiebreaker points, and Baptist Prep right now with the loss to Paris last week is sitting in 5th with 13 tiebreaker points. Danville, Mayflower, and Two Rivers all are winless in conference and on the year. Baptist Prep and Atkins are both 4-2 on the year. Perryville is 5-1, and Paris is 6-0, and we're 6-1. So that's kind of how conference is looking right now. After tonight, that could change a little bit. Perryville and Mayflower, they was had scoring some points earlier. I'll check here in a little bit for the score. And intercepted by Iron Man Ray. And Cats are going to have the ball there on the Eagles' 32-yard line. 11:13 left to go. And the Cats are going to have the ball again. Got a message from Mr. Joe Wickton. He said, they're currently living in Pennsylvania, but everyone knows that we are from Booneville, and we are Bearcats. Brandon Ray's going to be your quarterback. Brooks is in at halfback. He goes in motion. It's going to be a handoff to old Rocky Ross over here. Rocky's got the first down. Rocky's still on his feet. Down over to the 15, the 10, the 5. Touchdown, Bearcats. That comes with 11:03 left to go here in the ball game. And your Cats are up 53-21 over the Baptist Prep Eagles. Boy, howdy, good job there by Rocky. He's got to be coming close
to getting 100 yards, I would think. Pablo to do the PAT. Kick is up, and it is good. 11:03 left to go here in the ball game. Booneville Bearcats 54, Baptist Prep Eagles 21. We'll take a little break and be right back. You're watching Bearcat football. And we are back here at Bearcat Stadium. I was looking at the stats. I'll read you, but we got 4 guys over 100 yards. I mean, that's pretty insane. What a homecoming night. Didn't start out too good. The Eagles were soaring in the first quarter. I know I said that quite a bit, but honestly they were. They was getting all the breaks. Cats couldn't stop them, but since then the Cats, well, they've been fighting and clawing and just playing Bearcat football. And Pablo's kick's going to be picked up about the 5-yard line. And who was that in there on the stop? Oh, that's old Ferris Daines down there on the stop for the Cats. And the Eagles are going to take over about the 18-yard line. So it's 54-21. You got 10:59 left to go here in the ball game, and the Eagles are going to take over on their own 18-yard line. You got trips over there to the left, one over here to the right. Hesley's your quarterback, and it's going to be handed off to Brent on the left-hand side. And looks like Elliott in there on the stop, and Dax Goff as well for the Cats. But as I said, there's 4 Bearcats over 100 yards. Randon Ray, he's the leading rusher. He has 18 carries for 122 yards and 3 touchdowns. Rocky the Flash Ross has 5 carries for 118 yards and a touchdown. Dax Goff has 14 carries for 107 yards and a touchdown. And Rylan Ray has 15 carries for 104 yards and 2 touchdowns. I was like, I don't know the last time the Cats had 3 guys over 100, let alone 4. Boy, that's really good. And got pressure from the Cats, and he's going to run out of bounds. Yeah, Cody Elliott, Peyton Tatum, Chase Plymell in pursuit, as well as Rylan Ray.
Yard loss. It'll be 3rd and 19.
So it's going to be 3rd and 19. Ball's on the 10-yard line. 10:15 left to go in the ball game. The clock has stopped since Hesley ran out of bounds. Looks like Devine is back in at halfback. And it looks like we got a new guy at quarterback. That's going to be Mullen. Cody Elliott's going to push him out of bounds, as well as, oh, I don't know about that. That was a good lick by Dunn Daniel, but they're going to call a personal foul on that. Boy, Isaac got a couple of guys, Dunn Daniel and Cody Elliott. Boy, they're saying, welcome to Bearcat country, and don't forget us with a couple licks tonight. And they're going to mark this off, and we'll do 3rd down. Or is it's going to be automatic 1st down? Or should it be? It should still be 3rd down, right?
Yes.
I was going to say, because there you go. I was going to say, scoreboard still had 1st down. There we go. So it's going to be 3rd and 3 after the penalty. 10:10 left to go here in the ball game. Ball's on the 25-yard line. 2 receivers to each side, and false starts against the Eagles. And so that's going to back them up. It's going to be 3rd and 8. So it's going to be 3rd down. 8 yards to go. Ball's going to be on the 20-yard line, it looks like. So you got 2 receivers to each side. Mullins going to be your quarterback. And got pressure from Cody Elliott, and oh! Trace Hall about had his 3rd interception on the year. Cody Elliott was applying the pressure to Mullen. Again, Trace, he's taking one back to the house, as well as Dunn Daniel. Dunn started the game last week at Mayflower with the interception return for about 35 yards. So the Eagles are going to punt. That's going to bring on number 12 again, Rusher. And Brooks is going to be standing about the 50-yard line. 10 minutes and 3 seconds left to go here in the ballgame. Ball's on the 20-yard line of the Eagles. Got a guy coming in late. 1 second. That's going to be delay a game. Or did they call a timeout?
They called delay game back here. They threw a flag.
He threw the flag, but okay. I wasn't sure. The coach was standing by the side judge over there, so I wasn't quite sure. And ball's on the ground. They got a fake. Brent's going to run over here to the left-hand side. And Chase Plymell's going to be on the stop for the Cats, leading the way. You got Mason Goers in there and Brendan Dove as well. I don't know if it was a bad snap or if it was planned that way. I think it was planned. It was direct right to Brent.
Yep.
And I don't think he was ready for it. It didn't look that way.
He wasn't.
So 9:56 left to go here in the ball game. Looks like Trace Hall is in at running back, and Peyton Tatum is going to be in at quarterback right now. Rylan Ray's your fullback, and Brooks Herrera is in at halfback on the right-hand side. Brooks goes in motion, and it's going to be a pitch over here to Brooks. He's got some blocks down to the 10, jumps over a guy to 5, and he's going to be tackled at the 4 by O'Brien. Brendan Dove's going to come in at tight end for the Cats. Dunn Daniel's going to come out.
That's a Booneville Bearcat. First down.
Let's see. Cats are taking their time. We got 16 seconds left on the play clock. 9:32 left in the ball game. It's 1st and goal from the 3 for the Cats. Peyton Tatum's going to be your quarterback. Randon Ray's not as done. Dax Goff is probably going to be done unless they rotate him in at fullback. There's a pitch over here to Brooks, and Brooks is going to be hit in the backfield by number 20. That's Graham.
Number 1, Brooks Herrera on the carry. He loses 2 yards.
Isaac Brooks is honestly, he's due for a game. He's had a hard time to get going. He's had several long runs this year. Honestly, he really has, but they've all been called back.
Yeah.
And it's odd how that has happened for Brooks.
Yep.
But he's got to be due for a game. It's just he is. It's just so we'll see how it goes. And Rylan Ray's going to dive in for a touchdown from 5 yards out. And it's going to be 8:47 left to go here in the 4th quarter. Your Booneville Bearcats are going to be up 60-21. So I think this is the highest we have scored since probably back when Ethan played. Danville we had 50 or 60-something points, I think. Played Hoxie, not in 2018, but I think 14 or so. There was a bunch of points scored.
They're at the hurry. Get the play off.
Yeah, got 4 seconds. 3 seconds left on the play clock. And, whoa. Did we get it off?
Yep, we got it.
Got it off, and the kick is good. So with 8:15 left to go here in the 4th quarter, it is 61-21, and the clock's going to be running. The Cats are up. Yeah. That's good.
40-point
Yeah.
differential.
I was wondering because it stopped and then started. Give you some of these guys out here on the special teams.
Don't forget to be on the lookout for the Black Dog 479 Nutrition in the game. And it'll be announced after the game on Facebook. If you're still hungry after the game, Black Dog will be open full menu of sandwiches, burgers, and nutrition drinks.
Here in a little bit, I'm going to thank our sponsors. I hadn't thanked them very much tonight because without them, honestly, we wouldn't have BoonevilleBearcats.com or our new app. You can download it any iTunes store, Apple Store, Google Play. And it's going to be caught over here by Brown at the 10-yard line. He cuts over here to the sideline. Dunn Daniels in the area. And we got Cody Elliott and Peyton Tatum in there. Tatum Ross is also in there on the special teams. Ferris Daines, Blazin Jones, Cade Smith are some of the other guys out there on the special teams for the Cats. I know I didn't get all of them. 6:46 left to go here in the game. It's 61-21 Cats over the Eagles here at homecoming. Looks like Hesley's back in at quarterback. Devine is going to be your running back. Two receivers to the left, one over here to the right. Number 3, Brown, Jeff Brown's going to be in at H-back. Pistol formation, and it's just going to be a handoff to Devine on the left-hand side, and he's going to be wrapped up by Chase Plumell. Chase, Isaac, he's kind of come alive here in the second half.
He has.
Let's see here.
He's putting the double team on that zone, able to squeeze in there and make that play. Made that play a couple times already.
Yeah. And Chase is a big old guy. You know, he's going to, a lot of times, get the double teams. But when you got guys in there with Welling and Ross, it makes them all hard to stop. You can't double team all of them. Chase Plumell in there getting some pressure. Cody Elliott is going to wrap him up and take him down. And it's going to be 3rd down for the Eagles with 5:35 left to go here in the 4th quarter. Ball's going to be on the 35-yard line of the Eagles.
7-yard pickup on the 3rd and 4.
Cade Smith's going to come in, take Cody Elliott's spot. And got some pressure over here from Ross, and it's incomplete as intended to number 3, Jeff Brown. Brendan Dove, he is out there on defense, as well as Tatum Rice. Johnny Barnes comes in for the Cats. Tatum, he's another guy to look out for on special teams and on defense. He plays middle linebacker when he comes in on defense. He's made a couple good stops this year. Tatum is a senior, though, but keep an eye out for him as he gets some chances to come in later on in the season. This season, we are in week 7. It's hard to believe, Isaac. We're at week 7. Just looking back, we started. It seems like yesterday at week 1, you know,
Yep.
and week 0. I'm sorry, I forget about that. You know, they started week 0. Well, I guess about 3, maybe 4 years ago now, to help schedule your non-conference games with out-of-state teams. And here's the kick. And the Cats, you know, they have played some out-of-state games. Not that it was scheduled at first, but due to COVID last year, played Stigler. This year, and last year we played Warren. I mean, that's in the state of Arkansas. But also this year we got to play Tipton, Texas, number 2 team in Class 2A1 down in Texas. Very good team. They got some athletes all over the field. Quarterback's real good. Halfback's real good. Made some guys miss. Their left tackle, he's like 6'7" and 300 and some odd pounds.
He's
you know,
big kid.
big kid. But they're really good. One of their best teams they've had in a while. They've made it to the state finals. 2019 made it to the semifinals last year. More than likely they'll make a return this year. Doing really good. They're scoring over 50 points a game, and I hadn't checked the score tonight, but as of last week, we was the most that scored any points on them, as we got Garrick Barr in there carrying the ball right now for the Cats. As we got some of the backup guys in. But you maybe kind of wonder as, you know, next year and as a couple of years go on, where are we going to see the Cats schedule out-of-state teams? I kind of like that, you know. I mean, I find that interesting, to be quite honest with you. You know, yes, you got the travel and everything, and see if everybody can come, but just to give the guys, you know, that experience, you know, something they can talk about, the memories, and I just find that very cool, very interesting. Peyton Tatum's going to be quarterback. He goes up under center, and it's going to be a pitch over here to Trace Hall, and boy, Trace might have taken that to the house. We'll see what it is. Gage Bouchard, number 76.
Offsides.
Offsides against the Eagles. Sweet. Gage Bouchard, number 76, he's going to be your center. Number 74, your left guard is going to be Matthew Crosby. Number 57, that's old Tatum Ross. He's going to be left tackle. And our old buddy Lance Sims, number 75, is going to be your right guard. And old Ferris Daines, he's in there at right tackle. And Trace Hall still on his feet. Got about 5 Eagles, and they finally take him down. And Trace, he's got some speed. Him and, like I know I've said it a couple times, but him and Rocky are pretty quick. And I know we talked about it some last week. I feel like this is probably one of the most, this year, we've got the most diverse of running backs, that we have. Daniel, he can run the ball. He plays tight end, plays outside linebacker, plays receiver. He can run it. Cody Elliott, you can put him in at fullback behind Ryland and Dax. And you got Garrick Barr. Garrick does a good job when he's in. Garrick's not very big, real short guy, but, boy, that kid runs with heart. He runs hard. And Trace Hall does good. And Peyton Tatum, PT, he does good commanding the offense behind Randon. He did good. He does good when Randon goes out and he comes in. And he commands the offense pretty good. There's not much of a step down. And you like to see that in your backups. It's nice to have. And that's a good job to our coaches getting on practice. And it's a good job to the players putting in the work, too. The coaches can only do so much, and it's up to the players to do the rest. And so got 48 seconds left to go here in the fourth quarter. 61-21 is your score. 10 seconds left on the play clock.
One more play.
And that looks like that's going to be the final play of the ball game. So your final score is going to be your Booneville Bearcats 61, Baptist Prep Eagles 21. It didn't start out very good on homecoming night for the Cats, but since then the Cats have turned it around and was able to keep the Eagles at bay and hold them to 21 points. In the 4 meetings that we've had with Baptist, this is the second most points they have ever scored. Most they've scored is 27 points. This was a very good game. I mean, one point game at halftime. Baptist Prep is very, very much improved. The coaching staff at Baptist has done a good job. They're going to fight, honestly, for fourth, maybe a third seed. Just depends on how everything else goes in conference, honestly. And I'll get who they will play next week. We'll be on the road at Atkins, and we'll see if we can get the Atkins and Paris score. But watch out for Baptist. They're going to give some people fits. They're going to make the playoffs unless something happens. They're going to make some playoffs, and I guarantee you they're probably going to give somebody a fit in the playoffs. They got a good quarterback, good running back, and they gave the Cats fits for the first quarter and for the second quarter too. They kind of had a couple fumbles in part of the first towards the second quarter that kind of hurt them a little. I do have the score on the Paris game. Paris is up 35-6 over Atkins. And I'll refresh that real quick. I'll hop over here to this. Again, the Cats are going to be on the road. We'll be playing Atkins next week at Atkins. Baptist Prep will be on the road at Danville. And again, Paris is ahead of Atkins right now, 35-6.
Almost exactly 2 hours and 30 minutes.
And I'll check the Perryville score real quick. 58-14, Perryville over Mayflower. So right now, as the conference is looking, it's going to stay the same. Booneville, Paris, and Perryville are going to be undefeated. Atkins and Baptist Prep are going to be fighting for 4th and 5th. I still think Baptist Prep could fight for 3rd. It really just depends on how all the other games go with Perryville. They did get their running back last week. I believe they had an injured running back was back, so that could help Perryville out pretty good. So that's how conference is looking. So with that, we'll jump over here and we'll look at some stats for tonight's game. Again, 4 Cats over 100 yards rushing. I don't know when the last time that happened. So here it is. Baptist Prep had 47 plays for 132 yards of offense, 23 minutes and 41 seconds time of possession. They had 23 rushing attempts for negative 15 yards, 12 of 24 passing for 147. And they had 5 fumbles, but they was able to recover all of them. They were 0 for 14 on fourth down, but 4 of 8 for 50% on fourth down. They had 11 penalties for 57 yards. And I think this is probably the first time the Cats have been beat out on penalties, but not yardage-wise. They had more penalties, but not as many yardage. The Cats had 62 plays for 490 yards. They had 24 minutes and 19 seconds time of possession. We had 60 rushes for 478 yards, 1 of 2 passing for 12 yards. 5 of 6 on third down for 83%. We had 9 penalties for 96 yards. Some individual stats. Their quarterback for Baptist Prep, Tyler Hesley, had 12 of 23 for 147 passing, 2 touchdowns and an interception. The leading rusher for the Eagles is Isaac Devine, number 11. He had 18. He was their leading rusher, and Blake Brown was 8. He was the next leading rusher. The rest of the guys are in the negatives or 0. The leading receiver is Jennings. He had 77 yards on 5 catches. Brown had 33 yards on 4 catches. That's Jeff Brown. Blake Brown had 1 catch for 10 yards, and Davis Rusher had 2 for 27. The leading tackler is O'Brien with 6 tackles. Mullen had 4.5, as well as Thornberry. And Devine and Blake Brown both had 4, as well as Brent. Now, for your Cats stats. Randon Ray, 1 of 2 passing for 12 yards. Randon also had 18 carries for 122 yards, 3 touchdowns. Rocky Ross had 5 carries for 118 yards and a touchdown. Rylan Ray had 16 carries, 109 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Dak Scoff, 14 carries, 107 yards and a touchdown. Brooks Herrera had 3 carries for 12 yards. Trace Hall had 1 for 10, and Garrick Barr had 1 for 3. Brooks Herrera is your leading receiver with 12 yards. Randon Ray is your leading tackler. I don't know if the last time our quarterback was the leading tackler of the game. He had 6 tackles. Cody Elliott had 5.5 tackles. Chase Plumell wound up with 4.5. Chase had a pretty good second half. Come out on fire in the second half. Dunn Daniel had 3.5. Brett Welling and Peyton Tatum both had 2.5 tackles. Ferris Dane and Casey Manson and Dak Scoff all had 2. We hope Casey is okay. He was out for just about most of the second half, it seemed like. Holding his knee, his leg. Really do hope he's okay. He's our starting middle linebacker, leading tackler on the team, and he's also our starting right tackle. That's going to hurt a little, but we got some guys on offense that can step up. Cameron Osborne come in and took his place and stepped up on offense tonight. Coach has done a good job tonight getting the guys ready and able to fight back after falling down behind early. And excuse me. I want to thank our sponsors before we get out of here. I didn't thank y'all guys very much tonight, and I apologize. That's on me. But without you guys, we wouldn't have, like I said earlier, the app. We wouldn't have BoonevilleBearcats.com. Go check it out. And also thank these people. 5B Properties, B Plus Rentals, Saks RV Park, Patriot Underground, Crowley City Service, Community National Bank, Stacy Holbert, Photo Art, and Gerald Baker Shield of Shelter Insurance. If you see these people, tell them thank you. Without them, we wouldn't have this stuff. And I guess for Isaac Brown, I am Zach Austin. And Homecoming 2021 is a success. And remember, as always, it's a great day to be a Bearcat.